I just love the music. That's all. I love the music. What's up, Tommy?
How's it going?
I don't know. I'm doing great. Are we good?
We're good.
Perfect. Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Callin'Em episode 9.
There we go.
Right now, season number 3. We got Mr. Tommy Strashko
How's it going?
with us and Mr. Brian Fisher, like always, in the controls. So, really interesting week.
It's been a crazy week.
It's been a crazy week. It's been the big guys finally are here. That BS rule from MLB baseball that I hated, January 15th, came pretty quick.
Yeah.
To also, if you don't know what are we talking about, we're talking about how's the sound? It's good. Yeah, we're talking about the MLB rule that scouts and MLB personnel cannot be working with any of the prospects. It was a long winter because I think that a lot of players got affected. I think that this class, 2026, one of the weakest classes that I have seen in a long time here in Maryland, needed to have those scouts working with them and telling them what they wanted to see when they go back to the field. How you feel about that?
I think the intent behind the rule change was good. The execution of it probably didn't work out the way that they wanted it, right? I think the intent behind it is to try to give pitchers an opportunity to shut down and get the rest they need, but at the expense of the hitters, who spend a lot of time in the cage anyway. But like, to your point, not getting the instruction and the eyes on them that they would need to get to have a good spring.
Yeah, I understand that for the eyes, but I see a lot of the arms, being
They're still throwing.
being abused. To be honest with you, I mean, the excuse is because they need to ramp up, they need to show more velocity because if they don't show more velo, they're not going to get recruited.
Yeah.
But then at expense to what?
Right.
I think that the top arms in Maryland right now. I'm like, hey, when you go around, they're weak. I mean, Eddie Vargas was 89 to maybe 91, 92, and this year he should be 94 to 96. On the projection.
Yep.
Where we at, and they said he's been throwing. He's been getting ready for this.
I think a lot of people have been still throwing. Like you see a lot of the pitching trainers still sharing videos of the guys working out. You see, I'm sure you still got guys throwing the heavy balls and all the different things in the way.
What they say, a guy throwing that his stop is 93. He said it's 90, 91, 90%. Yeah. Well, 9 times 9, I think that is 81, so it should be 8 miles per hour less. 8.1, so the guy's throwing 91, 92. His 90% intent should be 81, 82 miles per hour.
You got him wrong. He was throwing 98 at 90%.
No, I know that. That's Pierce, but but if you're throwing 90% and you're throwing 90, your velo should be 81, 82. It cannot be 90. So probably they didn't go to school or something like that, and they're not too smart. But but I know a lot about baseball, and I understand going back to the rule that the intention was that, but the tournaments, it didn't stop the tournaments for
right.
Florida, California.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
They didn't stop.
Yeah.
El McKay, Martin Luther King tournament was last week.
Yeah.
And you saw a lot of the players just throwing full intent, and their high school season don't start until late February, maybe early March.
Yeah, to really protect the arms, you want to look at the showcases and all that, as far as truly shutting down arms. But to your point, it was cool having big guys around, and seeing them excited not only for the opportunity to be in front of scouts, but they got their high school seasons coming up. They're all looking to do some damage.
Yeah, class of 2026, we got the MLK showcase there in Excel. The really good feedback for the 27, 28 class. Really bad feedback from the 26 class. So I didn't expect it, right? 26 class is heavy in arms, and the arms look really interesting. That carry swing and strawberry look really good. That number one guy in the class, Osaya Kelly, looked really well offensively, defensively. I don't know, man. Defensively, I think that he should be moving to the outfield or something like that. But that's going to happen later on his career if he gets signed, right?
I think too. The other thing is the 25 class was so physically imposing. I know you had guys that were 6'1" and they were short in that class.
Yeah.
This class is just built differently from what I've seen so far. But I'm still sure there's going to be some guys in there that I get.
No, I think that Osaya Kelly had the tools to get drafted this year. I don't think that's going to be high round pick on this class. He got defensive tools. He got the look. He got the body. He's a physical. And he put a show offensively, but then defensively, when you see the footwork, when you see the cleanness in the glove, the how he approached the ball, how he did, he needs to improve that and improve that a lot. So I don't know if he was just working on his physique or physical, only on hitting, and it's really hard when it's cold to go and get into the infield, but he needs to show that infield skills are at the next level, or it's just gonna go to college.
Yeah.
On that, so um, going back to the pro, we got San Diego here. Danny was with us here, and again, we were talking about the classes and all things, and for him, he got a really good feedback from that activity there in LK, but it's hard to come and see the guys, and there has to be somebody there that is coming around that is going to be a really good surprise.
Yeah.
From what you saw here, who impressed you?
I thought the 27 class is going to be fun. Watching some of them hit here. Just getting the experience of being around Danny and that environment, which I thought he did an amazing job of kind of putting them at ease and really wanting to see how they work, not necessarily have them show what they thought he wanted to see. They just wanted to see them work.
People don't know what, and this is why these practices and showcases, or whatever you want to call it, you just call them
workout.
Workout, yeah. So this kind of workout for the kids, they're showing the A swing only. They're showing, and we have talked about this in the podcast, right? I want you to work on your A, on your B, and your C swing. I want you to see how you're going to approach working on your situation. I want a complete hitter. I don't want just somebody who want to smash a ball and get. Yeah, you got on the hit track 390, 100, but what that gets you?
Sure.
Nothing, and Danny, I think that he did a really good job on telling the guys, hey, I'm not seeing that B and C swing. I want to see you're a pro. I want to see you going up. I want to see you doing what you. And the eyes of a lot of them were like, I thought that he wanted me to smash and to let it eat, and then the truth that the scouts they don't want to see that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone always says that the money's made going backside. Showing that ability to be able to go there with power and control, And so it was really cool to see that, the kids started out, like you said, all trying to go poolside Jimmy. And then, he kind of settled them down and you started to see some real approaches and some pretty good at-bats.
I think that the guys did really well. They need to work on being more athletic. I think that athleticism is one of the things that they're looking for.
Got a scout right there.
That's Barbara from Kansas City, but he wants to come and see the guys, But Barbara, we're gonna have them there for you next week. So a lot of really big faces are coming around now that open January 15th. Who are you excited to see this coming season?
I'm excited to see, Judah. He's been developing. It's been really fun to watch him work. He's a mentor for Noah, so it's good to see him. Anthony Williams as well. He's been great with Noah. Another 27, very athletic. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Is he?
Oh yeah. I'm excited about seeing them. Cruz, Luna.
Yeah,
his swings were, he's hitting the ball really hard.
He's over home constantly, and he's just smashing the balls.
Yeah, I think I'm super excited for him in senior year. To really, kind of do well, even though he's going to be playing against Calvert Hall. I think it's going to be fun to see.
I think that I'm really excited to see that Ethan Frank. Excited to see him. Michael Thompson from Spalding. I'm really excited to see him. Andy Lambert.
Yeah.
J.I. Also from McDonough. Sam Lerner. I know that Sam Lerner is going to be at 28, but talking about that 28 class, Sam Lerner. 29? Is Sam is not at 28?
No, he's 29.
So talking about that 28 class, Jason Morrow, and then the beast that we saw here, Joe Rourke, from Delaware. That kid was impressive.
Very impressive, very physical for his age, and has a frame that looks like it still has some room to grow. But he's already putting up nice numbers. Had a really well controlled swing, very athletic, very impressive. Very mature rounds too.
I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun from now to the next 3 years, just working with those guys and having that. Today we got Wasserman Group, here watching the guys and San Diego Padres game, and Marlins are gonna be next week. Kansas City is gonna be the week before that, and then Colorado and the Dodgers are coming at the middle of February. So the next one it's gonna be fun before college starts, right?
Yeah.
Once college starts, everything.
Right, they're busy. They're on the road.
Everything starts. I haven't seen the Orioles yet. I had to connect with Donovan.
Yeah.
That I'm pretty sure Donovan haven't seen. The guys that Drew.
Yeah.
Came the other day, and he looks the part. So I was excited to see Drew connecting, but. The main reason that we're doing the podcast today is that what you have on your...
You got the baseballs.
On your hands, right? So, right now we're using, we're testing here, Palacios Baseball, we're testing the 8 and 10 blends.
Yep.
They last probably 3-4 months of beating, if so.
Let's hit the cable.
Unless, we got a cable program. Like a cable program, not a baseball program. Then you brought the 8 and 10s Pro.
Yeah, the pros.
That's been a good surprise.
Yeah.
They're freaking expensive.
They're supposed to be close to the MLB balls.
Close, they're better. And I'm gonna get into that.
Yeah.
That they're a lot better than what we got, and then we got the MLB balls. That this is the ones that we use here. Palacios Baseball just to work with the pro guys.
The Divas.
Sorry, the Divas, yeah. you cannot have anything less than that. But we did a test, and you know, I use Zach Davidson. I use the twins. You know, Dennis and Zachary.
Yep.
You know, from Chesapeake, and Zach Davidson also. You know, they came here, and we took a couple rounds with the different balls, right?
Yeah.
They were 88 to 92, 93, 94 with the blends.
Yeah, with the 1010S. Yeah.
And with the MLB, they were 96 to 101. And then with the Wilson Pro,
1010 Pros,
they were hot. With the 1010 Pro, they were 102 to 106.
Yeah, I saw that. That was impressive.
So they were like, there's if you don't know, there's a lot of difference on baseballs.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that if you got the cork core, and then you got the roller around the cork, and then you got the different wound around it, and then you got the cowhide. That's everything that I'm looking for a good ball.
Yeah, they're trying to control the exits, kind of from high school is dead, college is hotter, MLB is super hot.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, this Wilson 8 and 10 Pro. If you get them cheap, if you get them really good price, just go buy them because they're one of the best baseballs that you're gonna find.
Yeah.
I mean, the 8 and 10, the Blams one, they're really good. The high school actually, they're pretty good also.
Yeah.
Haven't texted them yet. But the best balls right now is
the 810.
The 8 and 10s are the ones that they use in Dominican.
Yeah.
And they use in Puerto Rico in the Winter League. Also, they're going now to China to make the balls, and I'm trying to find it. So I'm trying. If you guys know anybody in China, selling baseball,
8 and 10 pros for
8 and 10 balls. Whoever just doing the 8 and 10 balls pro, let me know because I want to buy like 5,000, 10,000 of those balls and just keep them around here because they make the difference. If I'm a pitcher, I don't want to throw an 8 and 10 pro ball.
Yeah. Give
me one of these MLB balls or give me another.
Unless the seams are good for the pitcher.
Well, the problem is I was gonna talk about that because if you see you got one of the 8 and 10 regular ones.
Oh, that's the pro.
So okay, I got the pro. You got that. Yeah, the S. Yeah. So the difference on these balls, right? It's like and the blams that they're gonna have a high seam. The seam is gonna be really high. So this is a really good for young pitchers, young players, just to work on the changeup, to work on the curveball, on the slider, the sweeper,
get the good feeling.
Whatever, because you gotta get a better feeling from that. Then you got the 8 and 10 Pro that is a medium seam that is gonna be really good for winter leagues and AAA and AA because you're still gonna have more control. You don't want this freaking 98, 101 guy now throwing to the head.
Right.
That they don't know where the hell the ball is going, and then. Sorry about that. And then you have the MLB ball that the seam is really low.
Yeah, the flat seams.
They got the flat seams. So these are the difference between these balls. MLB balls, I like them because of the flat seams for the machines. They do less to the wheels of the machine and attraction to the machine. So it's a really good ball. But if you're thinking that they don't, dead balls and light balls or whatever, that they don't work, hey, almost 20 miles of difference with the same player on the same night. I mean, we're not talking about that we did it consecutive days. Same machine, same velocity. They were up to 107, and those are juniors in high school. They're not even professional players yet.
Right.
So that's it. That's all I got on your balls. If you know somebody that is selling MLB balls or whatever, we already got a whole bucket, and we're looking to get 90 more, for next week.
Yep.
Because I want all the pro guys just
All the A1010 pros.
also I don't and for the catchers, because we got the catchers working with the heat tracks.
Yeah, that was cool. I saw that today.
So the catchers just getting your pop time, the direction, how much is your exchange. The exchange for a good catcher usually is 0.64. And then I'm trying to get my catchers on their zero point 0.6. I don't know where the ball went today because for them they were really young, but that transfer is not clean. If that transfer is not less than 0.64,
Yep.
then we're not teaching them the right way. They're not gonna be successful against
At high
really
level. Yeah.
against really good fast runners. That's it. But at the same time, I want to see more accuracy. But we're indoors, so it's really hard for.
I liked how you had 3 machines today for the catchers.
Yeah, I mean,
You get a lot of reps.
the problem with when you have 3, you can have 3 groups. One is working with the fastball. The other one is working with the right-handed curveball. The other one is working with the left-handed curveball. Same thing. Then you can change it to a sinker. Then you can change it to a right-handed changeup, and then a left-handed curveball. Especially for young catchers, that they're never seen that spin on the ball.
Right.
They get the experience and they understand that. I think that is pretty good to have that. So we already got 3 machines and 3 more coming.
Well, it's nice that, you had at least 12 catchers tonight?
Yeah, we got 12 catchers
At
tonight.
least
Yeah.
12 catchers tonight. And no one's standing around. They're getting tons of reps. To have that many catchers in one space is crazy.
Yeah.
But to be able to keep them busy and keep them working, I thought that was a good-looking practice tonight.
Here we only got the high-level catchers working with us, right? So it's we had to have the high-level technology and here in Palacios Baseball and El Norte, having that K motion, having the blast motion, having the swing AI, having the heat tracks, the viewpoint, all that is just incredible for this kid because they get instant feedback. Like today, like Alex, from Wasserman, and Andy Lambert, they came because they needed some video feedback, to send them so they can send it to scouts.
Absolutely.
Luna for Salisbury. We got Cooper that he's doing the rehab.
Yeah.
He needed video to see where he was at the time. And everything get recorded.
Right.
So they know where they at and where we finish. And other things that you were talking about last week on the podcast, it was the average, bill on the round, right? Where we at? And I went back to and saw all the guys. Noah started 77. Now we want him to be 82, 83.
Yeah.
Evan Lessler. Today, I was giving him crap about his swings and about his, and he's like, look at my average. It's 84. So what are you talking about? So.
Right.
So even the players, they're getting, what they're trying to get at the box, right, on the cage, and they're not just going there just to take hacks and to take swings. They're working on battle. They're working on just getting that ball, hitting that ball out front, and just trying to get the battle on the ball. And if you can get that, and you manage to do that in the outside, you're gonna have a really good season if you manage to do that offensively.
Yeah, I mean, it shows consistency of several things. It shows consistency of your movement. It shows consistency of your timing. I mean, if you look at the difference between some of your pro guys like Moylan and then a college guy and a high school guy and even a middle school guy, the consistency as you progress up the levels gets higher, right? So like Moylan is between 1.5 mile different between 6 swings. College guy might be 5. High school might be 8. In your youth, there's going to be much farther. But like watching that consistency get closer and bringing your peak closer to your average is going to really make things better for you in the long run.
It was insane when you mentioned it This is not the first time that you mentioned it because we were talking about that and we were watching the average, but the way that changed the player on the cage is insane, right? Because they're all right. Okay, now I'm not only measuring my exit below and my distance. They're measuring also the average exit below. How hard I'm waiting. I cannot waste any swing now.
Yeah.
I cannot waste it.
Yeah.
I cannot miss it. I cannot just try to hit it hard. No, I had to have an approach. Now I have to make sure that battle is gonna find the ball, and I'm gonna drive it to the middle.
And that's going to pay dividends, right? Like if you think about, these guys at the showcases and things like that, you want to have a consistent round when you've got 25 scouts sitting behind you watching you hitting. If you're fouling off pitches, and not showing that you can consistently be on barrel, that's going to be a problem. So having the kids work on that in the cage where the speed isn't changing, the location isn't really changing, if you got good machines, but to just focus on that average is, I think, super important.
I think that one of the things that I was talking to, Jordan Monier and Danny Sader from San Diego, and I've been doing this for more than 30 years. Is that they want to see those kids pounding the back of the net. They want to see that backspin, that clear backspin. With no effort.
Yeah.
They want to see high power, low effort, going backspin to the middle.
Yeah.
They want to see how hard you can hit that ball with no effort, how much power and distance you can create to the other way. And they want to see, because everybody can pull the ball and can hit, 380, 400, 420.
Yeah.
How good are you, how consistent you are with your B and C swing, and how effortless you can do. We were talking about Andy Lambert today and the bat speed and how effortless is that bat speed. But then we didn't show the hundreds.
Yeah, but to your point, when you are playing at a high level and you're playing against guys with high velocity, you don't need all that effort. You just need to be able to get on barrel consistently and deliver that in a consistent way and let the velo of the pitch do half the work for you, which a guy like Andy's swing, that's going to play to that really well.
Well, but you see, J.A., and you see Badillo, and you see the same Jura, right? And you see, we're talking about Jura Sherlin, committed to Vanderbilt. We're talking about J.A. Steven, that is going to McDonough. Andy Lambert, that is the number one player in that 2027 class. Andy Lambert didn't have that max effort. But when you see A.J. Morrow, when you see Abadillo, when you see Mike Thompson, when you see, Anthony Williams, when you see Ethan Frank, when you see that, those guys are super max effort. Trying to the Bailey twins.
Yep.
Same thing that you see that max effort. And when you see a pro guy, a true pro guy, you see that effortless swing and trying to get him there.
It takes you back to Aiden West, right? Very similar, incredible bat speed. Doesn't look like he's working, and it makes a lot of the guys that are really working to get that bat moving frustrated. But there's just something about it. Also, something from the left side. An effortless swing is just.
I was going to tell you, when you have that lefty swing like Jackson, Moylan, Aiden.
Yes.
And then we saw it. We always see here more from the lefty side because I love that righty-lefty combination. It's just money.
Yeah.
It's going to give you a lot of money. Yeah. So, but when you see that max effort, and that's something that, I'm working really hard with MJ. I'm working really hard, especially with Badillo, because Badillo had the bat speed. But then he wants to be so brutal all the time. We're talking about Anthony Badillo, Virginia Tech. Infield that coming that he worked with us here, and then how we gonna stop that, or how we going to revamp and redo his swing? Johnny, You know,
I think that boils down to, you talk about the B and the C swings, right?
yeah,
You have to have that in your repertoire in order to be able to hit for average.
yeah.
So, I think that's going to be the thing. Like, so maybe it's more, we need to be working on breaking ball machines, and kind of bringing that in where you're not going to be able to take that aggressive hack, that you're going to have to be able to adjust down and get on plane and do some damage.
I mean, I'm Puerto Rican, so that two strike approach, we don't do that shit. We just go, we swing for the fences with two strikes, and guess what? We watch that ball just go really far.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the way that we do it. I mean, but here.
But the pitchers are getting so much better, and the that you're going to have that.
Yeah, I mean, when they're healthy, So right now it's and I don't want to jump between that, but talking about, and you mentioned the pictures, seeing Ryder, so the same Harrison kid from Mount St. Joe that I was really excited to go and see him just going by. Callin'Em also another big arm just going down. Eddie and Vargas, seeing him just 89, and then the average was probably 86. On that, seeing the top guys in the state, being down and being there's something wrong with whoever is working with them. There is something wrong there, or the low is too much, or it's just something is happening with the bodies that we're breaking down these kids too much. We had to do something, and think of the future of the kids that, what they're going to, they need to be healthy.
Yeah.
To play baseball, to win games, they have to be healthy. We need to stop the nonsense, and we need to get better, to get them where they need to be, because the future of the kids is what it matters. And sometimes we just want the win now, show the scout what we got, and then what? Throwing 96 and 90%. Come on, man. That's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely difficult, especially, being a pitcher, you want to throw, you want to, but there's other ways to work. The biggest thing is the weight room and nutrition and and just learning to be explosive. Not necessarily throwing will help you get there.
Don't get me there.
But
don't get me there, because these kids are getting exposed at younger age. The muscles are not fully developed, and then I seen 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds that they're over the capacity of their body. Probably lifting 3 times their body weight.
Yeah.
Why?
Right. They're teaching the wrong things. It's not necessarily loading a bar. You got to teach the kids how to move. How am I loading my hip, getting into my back hip? How where is my weight over my feet? Like learning how to run properly. Like there's all these little nuances in being athletic that doesn't require you loading a bar and squatting 400 pounds as a 16-year-old.
I mean, I'm seeing the load on these kids, and that's why you see all these kids really getting strong, getting all these loads that they shouldn't be having. And dads are really proud because my kid is just freaking deadlifting 3,000 pounds, and then they're bench pressing 40,000 pounds, and then guess what, you finish up with a Tommy John, or you're out of the season because you have to be shut down because you're not ready for that.
I think the big thing too is, as a parent, if you're a parent of a pitcher, you have to talk to your kid about self-advocating for themselves, because no one's going to protect them like they're going to protect their own arm, right? So if you're not feeling 100%, and if you feel something in your arm or you feel weak, don't go out there and throw, because that's when you're going to create the issue.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's just the draft or the college mentality, right? I need to go there. I need to throw hard.
Yeah.
I need to overpower everybody, because if not, I'm not going to get an offer. And that's BS. If you get the control, if you get the velocity.
Absolutely.
You're going to get, if you're in the right place at the right time, especially if you're lefty, you're over 86. Guess what? Yeah, they're gonna like you.
Someone's gonna
If
find
you're
a
a,
spot
if
for
you're
you,
a Division One pitcher right now, they're going back to the old ways, right? That you're throwing 87, 88, and you got a pretty good command. You can touch 90, 91. Guess what? You're gonna be on the rotation because you got the command on those pitchers. And good. I don't see a lot of the pitchers throwing 81, 82 getting injured
That is true. Yeah.
because of the effort.
Right.
Right? But I'm seeing all these high level pitchers that they when they had to go and throw in front of people, just like it's too much. Why you had to come early January and throw 94, 96 when nobody's doing that?
Right. Especially not when your season.
I mean, if you're college and you're gonna start the second week of February,
you need to be there, right?
You need to be there. There is no way that those guys are not trying at least to be 90, 91.
But those
And then
programs
ramp it
also
up.
have a very comprehensive ramp up program that gets them ready to be at that level come late February. I mean, it's a different. I mean,
Why are we seeing it in January? Why are we seeing it in the late
no,
December?
I'm saying from college.
No,
they have to be
I
ready.
understand why we saying it because I saw a lot of the college guys, late December, throwing 94 and everything, and their tops are 90, 95, 96.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, if that's not in the college plan, they definitely shouldn't be doing it.
But it's pretty good for social media.
We do live in that world now.
It's awesome. It's awesome for social media. Because guess what? I saw this guy's. He works there, and he threw 99, and he threw 100, and he threw 96, and he threw whatever. Yeah, he threw there. What about during the season? Where he was during the season? Can he throw strikes?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Seeing those videos, 8 foot over the outfield, they're not even. They're not even throwing to a catcher.
Oh, the 9 pocket?
So what the hell are we doing with a 9 pocket, working on a command, working on a pitch, working 90% for what? I'm working on my mechanics. My mechanic has to get to the 9 pocket, but guess what? I want a catcher that move. I want a catcher to have that feeling. I want a feedback from my catcher. How was my bullpen? What do you need to do? What I need to work on? These guys are with a tablet doing nothing. Just getting the credit because you throw 98, because you throw 96. That's the easy part. Where they at? I mean, how many pitchers have we gotten drafted the last freaking 8 years?
I can't really think of any.
But they're making the money.
Yeah.
At what expense?
Kids.
We need to do better. I mean, I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not bashing anything. Show results, and I shut the hell up.
And it's not just a Maryland thing. This is across the country.
Yeah, I mean, but we're talking about Maryland because we're close here.
Yeah.
But this is an epidemic that you see everywhere in social media. When we talk about social media, I mean, they not only suck here in Maryland, they suck everywhere. And microphones are open. You want to come and contradict me and talk about whatever you want to do, just come here. Sit here with me. Show me how many of them are getting drafted.
Yeah.
How many of them actually go there? Because it's not with how many pro players you work with. It's how many are you producing from here from Maryland.
Yeah.
How much are you really helping to get them to the next level?
I think we're due for a kid to be drafted here pretty soon.
We have. I think that Pierce is going to be the first one, and if they drop Pierce, this microphone is going to be hot. For a long time. I mean, if we don't get Pierce throwing 94, 96 right now. Why? I don't know. But he's touching that, 94, 96. Yeah. Why he's on max effort right now when he should be probably 86 to 88, working on the mechanic, working on the command? That's what they want to see. But at the same time, if you're not throwing 94, 96, they're not going to come and see you.
That's
because that's what balance. I said. That's what my fight.
Yeah.
Was with them. Why are we seeing pictures in the Martin Luther King freaking showcase when those kids shouldn't be? You think that those kids are gonna be 90%?
Yeah, they're not ready yet.
They're not even 80% trying to go 90%. And guess what? When they see that gun that he only hits 86, only hit 88, that's an embarrassment for any pro player or any prospect, right? Because they want to go 92, they want to go 94, they want to go 96.
Yeah.
To see, because if you're in the range of 88 to 92, you're a college guy.
Yeah.
Right now, you gotta be consistent in the 93, and then go outside. They don't want to see you maybe for the first time. They want to see you throwing a bullpen or whatever. But what you can do against hitters, how you can compete against them. If you're a high school guy, you had to be dominant.
Right. I mean, and the environment has a lot to do with it too, right?
So
I mean, you can't expect these high school kids to throw a bullpen supposedly at 90%, but you have 30 scouts sitting behind the catcher. You're gonna let it rip. That's just natural.
Brian, you know a lot of math, right? So what is 90% out of what is 90% out of 90? What is 81?
It's gonna be 81.
Yeah, 81. Yeah, that's right.
81?
Yeah.
So how you post social media that
Yeah, no one's looking at that.
that is 90% and 91. Now, so that means that kid to be is
In 1998, someone was probably looking at it.
is a 90. No, it's just like bad. It's just like not. It doesn't make any sense on where we at. All right. Now we're gonna switch to, what we really want to talk about. On this, which class is the strongest? You think that 26, 27, 28, or 29? What class you see is strongest here in Maryland right now?
I've seen the most of the 27 class, and
You like that class?
I
huh?
like that class. I mean, I think that class has a good mix of athletes. I think it's a class that from an offensive perspective, they need some growth. But I think they do a lot of things well, and I think the defense in that class is going to make it different than some of the other classes that you've seen.
I think that this class is, they lack of offense. The 26 class we're talking about. We are average on fielding and we are average on the swings.
Mm-hmm.
I think that class had to get better. 28 class is gonna be really physical.
Mm-hmm.
These cats are working, and I saw again when I saw Andy today. I was like, "What's happening with your legs? You need you need to grow those legs." And he's working hard. I mean,
that's the thing. There's a lot of hardworking kids in all.
You see that, but you let them in. Let those legs, because one of the things that he can show the scouts. If I was working with him, right, first of all, I will change a couple things on his swing, couple things on his approach when he's in front of the other scouts. I was talking to Alex from Wasserman today about that. That is the same agent that Aiden has. So I have my fair share of players getting drafted, and what I saw on the cage, that's not the approach that you do when you're in front of scout. That's not the approach that you do when you're in front of your agent. And I think that he needs a lot to learn on how to prepare to get drafted, because anybody can train him. Anybody can do what they're doing, and they're doing a really good job. When I saw him today, that kid looks impressive.
Yeah.
But then when he gets to perform in front of these people, we need to do a lot better job on trying to get the information and translate what he's doing outside that cage to what the scouts want to see. They want to see some things that when I saw Andy today, he wasn't doing it what I know that the scouts are looking for.
Yeah, I think that's one of the great things about your process is you get kids that aren't in that class, in those environments, so they understand how to operate, how to perform, how to do those things, and he's only going to get better as time goes on. I mean, you have 28s, you got 29s hitting in front of agents and scouts, not because they're necessarily going to be looked at, but it puts them in that environment to learn how to carry themselves, perform, and that's an advantage of Palacios baseball.
I mean, I seen that, we got the DeMatha, coaches here. We got Spalding, Palombo,
Yeah.
all the time watching the kids, Jamie Neal, Jamie Neal from PBR is coming to see the guys. We got the pro scouts, coming here also to come and see these guys. And, the younger guys are actually taking advantage of
Yeah.
that. I think that today was a really good experience for those younger guys when they saw these animals just getting into the cage, and it's really good. So I'm really excited to hit especially tomorrow that we're gonna have PBR. Jamie, come and see the guys, and I'm making sure that they get the rankings. Right? On that, not because you're here. I'm pretty sure that Noah should be the number one, guy on that class. We're working with them. MJ, he should be the 28.
Yeah.
We're working with them, and then Andy Lambert should be the number one in that 27 class. So
Yeah.
I think that we all working with them here at the Norte and Palacios Baseball, and we feel pretty proud to have the top guys in the state. I'm waiting for Sam Lerner to to come here in that also in that 29 class. That is
Andy
really.
and Jay to let him know.
Well, no, his dad always, we're always in communication, and Sam always, whenever we go to the pitchers, I know he's working with high leverage catches, and the kid is just a natural hitter. So if he gets that framing and he gets ready, and his body develops, I don't even have to touch him. I think that's Sam Lerner has the possibility of being the only player that I don't have to touch to get drafted out of Maryland. I don't think that I have to even be in the mix, because I think he got everything that he needs to get drafted out of high school.
I've played many games against him. He's in the 29 class. He's one of those kids that even at a young age was a catcher that was controlling the field, controlling the defense, had that field presence that you love to have out of a catcher. Definitely expect a lot of good things out of him.
I think that it's just contrary. I think that Anthony Vadillo needs to start listening, controlling that swing, control that bat, the bat, entering the zone, and he needs to calm down. I need to start listening because it's getting late for him.
Yeah, and you hope that's going to come with maturity. He was having good one-on-one conversations with Danny.
Not only Danny. I mean, Jamie, Neil, that say the same. I did say the same. So a lot of people are trying. Pretty sure that Palombo and Jorge there in Spalding, they're telling him the same thing. Hey, you're overpowering yourself. You're overdoing it. When you need more control, you need to go the other way. You need to just put the battle. Let those hands just work freely and more easy during the swing.
Yeah.
And just hit the ball in front and let the ball travel, because the power is there. The bat speed from him and Anderson Lambert is just amazing. Those are Gary Sheffield.
Yep.
When we saw it, so you see, they offensively they are first round picks. It's how much they can be defensively, because I see them in the long term. Both of them could be really good outfielders.
Yeah, no, and good news is they still have some time.
No,
they're hard workers.
I think they're going to get drafted as an infielders, and then they're gonna, like Jackson, that they're gonna move him when they see that 954, 961. They're not gonna be in that 975, 984. Just to be constantly there in the middle. They're gonna just spread them.
Yeah.
But the tool, the offensive tool, is there. So that's really good. So to recap, the Wilson 8 and 10 Pro Bowls. What's the price on that one?
I think we got them around Christmas time for $60 a dozen.
Really?
Yeah.
Right now it's like 120, 150, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. The MLB balls are $22.
Yeah.
They're up there, and then if you buy them used, they're like $5 or $6 no matter what.
And they charge you different prices if it's been through one at bat, where it's been through
Yeah.
several innings.
Yeah. And then you got the Wilson 8 and 10 blams that you can get them from 50 a dozen to 54. All depends on where you get it and the shipping and all that. So make sure that you get really good balls, because the other ones that the low seam pitching machines, whatever, they only last no matter what 4 months. So just go with
Probably
the feeling.
2
Just
here.
go with that, huh?
Probably 2 here when the big
Well,
guys are
when the big guys are here, hitting. This is just it's just something else, right? For the hack attack, they told me that the soft dimple balls, they can be used, and those last a lot. But then the feeling and the exhibit and all that we're trying to get for the ball flight and all that we're looking for here, it's going to get
Good
affected.
luck watching backspin with no seams.
That is not. There's going to be a lot of knuckleballs and how you use that. So it's good for players that they are injured, that you don't want that wrist or that arm to get beat up.
Impact,
But other than that, it's pretty bad. So, hey, thank you for being with us here. Tommy Stracho, thank you for being here, Mr. Brian Fisher. And this is Callin'Em out, Juan Palacios. If you want to come and eat with us at Palacios Baseball, just go to the website, palaciosbaseballclinics.com, or just send me a text at it, all my phone number and the information, and send me an email that is there on the website. So, like always, guys,